Good morning, class. Mr. Andrew here. Today I have a short explanation about zero, first, and second conditional, what they are and when do we use them. Okay, so first off, what is a conditional? Conditional sentences are made up of two sentences or clauses that depend on each other. Okay, so here we have the word clause. What is a clause? A clause is a whole sentence or a part of a sentence. There is always a verb in a clause. So why do we say clause and not sentence? A clause, sometimes there are main clauses and there are subordinate clauses. A subordinate clause means that it doesn't work very well on its own. For example, if you look here where it says number 1, if you work hard, you'll pass your exams. The main clause is you'll pass your exams. I can go up to a friend and say, you will pass your exams. That is a main clause. But if you work hard, if I go up to somebody and say, if you work hard, and leave it there, we notice that it doesn't have the full meaning, okay? This is what we would call a subordinate clause. We need the other clause for it to work. It's a sentence because it has a subject and it has a verb. You and work, okay, it has subject and verb, but it's a clause in that it doesn't have full meaning. Okay, so conditional sentences, let's go back to this. They are made up of two clauses that depend on each other. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If you work hard, you'll pass your exams. If I had a job, I would get my own flat. If you look here, these are zero, first, and second conditional, okay? We'll explain these types now. So zero conditional. These types of conditional sentences are always true. We use zero conditional for scientific facts. They are formed with if and the present simple and the subject and the present simple. Okay, these are the two types of clauses. So, if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. This is always true. It's a scientific fact. Okay, that is what the zero conditional means. It's always true. Here's an example in the negative. If I don't practice the piano every day, I play badly. Okay, this doesn't feel as scientifically, but it's true. It's always true. If I don't practice the piano every day, I play badly. As soon as there are 3 days without me practicing and I try to play, it sounds awful. Okay, zero conditional, always true. First conditional. So we use this type of sentence to talk about a possible future situation and its consequence. If you work hard, you'll pass your exams, okay? We use the present simple and will or won't with the infinitive, okay? If you work hard, there, the verb, is work in the present simple, and you'll pass your exams. You will pass your exams. Remember that the contraction of will is or, you'll pass your exams. Okay, so what am I saying here? You have two choices. You can work hard or not work hard. Yeah, those are the two choices that you have. If you work hard, you'll pass your exams. If you don't work hard, you might pass your exams, you might not. Okay, we don't know. But if you work hard, you'll pass your exams. Okay, this is a future situation and the consequence. They can be reversed. I can also say you'll pass your exams if you work hard. Yeah, it's exactly the same. It has the two clauses, one that has the if with the present simple and one that has will won't with the infinitive, but they can be reversed and the meaning is the same. The sentences work the same in the negative. If we're late for the meeting, the boss won't be very pleased. The boss won't be very pleased if we're late for the meeting. If you look here, really, they're not even separated by a comma, by a period or anything, okay? It feels like just one full sentence, but with two clauses. If we're late for the meeting, the boss won't be very pleased. Instead of will, we can use a verb in the imperative, okay? So the imperative is like what we use when we're giving orders. Come, sit, read, okay? That is the imperative. If you have time, come to the party next Saturday, okay? Is this person going to come? Well, I'm telling them if you have time. I'm letting that person decide if they have time or not. If you have time, come to the party, okay? Instead of using if not, we can use unless. Unless she gets good grades, Alison won't get into university. Okay, this would be if she doesn't get good grades, Alison won't get into university. In this case, it doesn't really matter. You can use unless or if not. But for example, the next sentence, I won't go unless you go too. I won't go if you don't go too. If you don't go too, that sounds really, really awkward. So this is one of those good uses for unless. I won't go unless you go too. Okay? The second conditional. So this is the third type, yeah? We use this type of sentence to talk about a hypothetical or imaginary present or future situation. So we're talking about cases where I'm imagining, yeah? If I had a job, I'd get my own flat. Am I likely to get a job? Well, if you're not even looking for it, you don't know. If I won the lottery, okay, that's another hypothetical situation. If I won the lottery, I would buy a big boat, okay? Here we can change the clauses the same as with the other conditional sentences. I would get on better with my parents if I didn't live with them. I wouldn't do that job unless they paid me a lot of money. Here we can see another example of the if not, changing it for unless. I wouldn't do that job unless they paid me a lot of money. I wouldn't do that job if they didn't pay me a lot of money. It sounds weird. That's why here we use unless. We can also use could instead of would in the other clause. If David spoke good English, he could get a job in the new hotel. If David spoke good English, he would get a job in that new hotel. Here, the could and the would are a little bit of difference between how likely it is to happen. If David spoke good English, he could get a job in that new hotel. David might not even want a job, okay? But he could. If David spoke good English, he would get a job in that new hotel. Here it's like more guaranteed. If he spoke good English, he would get a job. That means that David wants a job in the new hotel. With I and he, she, it, we can use was or were after if. If your sister were here, she'd know what to do. If it was warmer, we could have a swim. Okay? So, summing up, the three types of conditional sentences that we've just talked about. From most true to most imaginary. Yeah? So, true, somewhat true, imaginary. So, zero conditional. These are always true. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Guaranteed. Yeah? If you work really hard, you'll pass your exams. Okay? That one is first conditional. This is a possible situation because I'm letting you the chance of working hard. Okay? And the second conditional is an imaginary situation and the consequence. If I had a job, I would get my own flat. None of these two things are likely at the moment, yeah? I don't have any money. I haven't looked at any flats. I'm not looking for a job. But if I had a job, I would get my own flat, okay? It's an imaginary situation. Conditional sentences sometimes are a little bit complicated to get right. There's also a third conditional, but we're not going to use that one just yet because that's even more complicated. We need to use the past perfect, which we haven't seen yet. But with these sentences, I think you should be able to express nearly anything that you want to express. If you have any questions, leave a comment, send me an email, and see you in the next lesson. Bye.